Hi.
Hi.
So what's your profession?
I am a librarian at the Westminster Public Library. I am the teen librarian. So we have several librarians here and we all have a different specialty. So my specialty is teens.
How's it working with teens?
It's fun.
Really?
I like it. A lot of people in my profession are scared of teens. They don't like working with teens and they say it takes a special person. But I really like it. It's fun to interact with you guys and
You're special. Yeah. So what made you become a librarian?
Well, I actually in undergraduate majored in elementary education, so thought I wanted to be a teacher. But I substituted for a year after college, didn't really like it, and my favorite part was the books and reading. So I had a friend who was thinking about becoming a librarian because it was something I'd never thought of, and she kind of told me about the profession and the library programs because to be a librarian you have to get your master's degree. So I just thought about it a lot and decided that it would be something that I would be interested in. So I applied to graduate school, went to UCLA, and got my master's in library and information science, and got a job here afterwards.
What would your advice be for high school students that don't know what to do with their life?
With it, like career-wise?
Yeah. Nothing. You don't know anything about life.
Definitely get as much experience in a variety of things before going to college. So if you have opportunities to job shadow or volunteer different places, maybe possible things that you think you would like to do, try and get experience in that to see if it's something that you'll actually want to do and follow through with. And then in college, just at least in your first year or two, try and do the same thing. Just get a variety of experiences. Make sure that you are narrowing it down to something that you'll want to do, and have marketable skills when you graduate from college, because a lot of people will get general degrees, and it's hard to, especially in times like this, it's hard to get jobs when you don't have really specific skills. So that would be my advice. Look for those kinds of majors and careers.
So I know that you didn't come from California. How did you adapt living here in California and becoming a librarian and everything?
That's true. Yeah, I moved to California to go to UCLA. So that was kind of an adjustment, just with moving into a new state and starting graduate school. But made good friends. And then just once getting a job, with Orange County, I had to kind of get to know the community here because I'd been living in LA. So just if you're adapting for job purposes, just be flexible and try and get to know your work environment as well as you can, and in my case, the community that I serve here at the library. Does that answer your question?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Were your parents okay with you being a librarian, or were they just no, we want you to do something else?
Yeah. My parents really stressed school, that it was very important. So I always knew that I would go to college. My dad wasn't a fan so much of me doing elementary education. He thought that I should do something smarter. To use my intelligence like in the sciences or math. But that was something I wanted to do. And then when it came to my graduate school with being a librarian, they knew I wasn't really happy with teaching, and so they supported me and were excited for me that I had found something, in being a librarian that I actually enjoyed. So they were supportive at that point.
Well, other than that, like, did you have any difficulties becoming a librarian? Like, other than finding a job, did it just come to you, or once you got out of college?
Well, yeah. So I graduated from college and then didn't start my master's program for 2 years. So just finding a job was difficult because I didn't really want to teach. So finding another job that I didn't really have skills for was kind of hard. So again, find the skills that you want to use and get those in college. And also being flexible. I applied to a couple different graduate schools, and I really wanted to go to one in Washington, and that was the plan. And I ended up not getting in there and came to UCLA instead. And it was, I had to be really flexible because I was not expecting to move down here, which ended up being a good thing. But again, being flexible and looking for, just being really persistent in looking for jobs. I know you said not specifically jobs, but in both cases, after college and after graduate school, it took a while to find a job. So just don't give up and be persistent and practice interviewing and different job techniques. So.
Well, I know you have a baby coming on the way. So how's that?
It's good. Yeah.
Has it been like a month?
About 7 more weeks.
Oh,
so